And welcome back to Warriors Game Day here on HBC TV 25, presented by Russell and Associates. We're now joined by Dr. Scott Olson, President at Winona State University. Dr. Olson, thank you for joining us.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, now I want to talk about the game day experience because that's been the new wrinkle that's been put in front of Warrior football games this year. Talked to Eric Show about what got into that and how that came about. What was your reaction to the first one on August 31st?
I thought it was fantastic, and I think it's going to be a new Warrior tradition and something Winona is going to grow to treasure. I was overwhelmed by the crowd. It was a great family environment, lots of kids, lots of families, and so I can't think of a better way to kind of spend a Saturday and kind of ramp up into a game. So I think that's going to be a new tradition here.
You mentioned family, which is a big day today. It's
Sure.
Family Day. We've seen the football players walk their family around here, and I know you've been talking to a lot of the family today.
Yep.
What is Family Day like here at Winona State?
Well, we think of Winona State and Winona as a family, and so it's really appropriate that we have this weekend where students can kind of show off their campus and their community to their families. And so they started arriving last night, and there'll still be activities for them tomorrow, but you'll see families all over. They'll come to the football game, they'll come to the volleyball game. They're out there right now at the game day experience.
I want to talk about your presidency a little bit here at Winona State, because with added technology, you're kind of adapting to that technology and doing things a little bit different than other presidents have. You have a blog that you write some different things on, some very funny things. You have like some top 10 lists and things I saw. And then you also did some videos, and actually we have a guest here joining us today, your co-star in your videos. We have Wazoo, the Warrior mascot.
Hey, Wazoo.
You spent a day with Wazoo. Thank you for joining us. You spent a day with Wazoo all around Winona, shooting in various locations. You climbed Sugarloaf in a suit. Tell us all about that.
I highly recommend hanging out with Wazoo, actually. He's a lot of fun. And in this particular video, Wazoo had come up with his bucket list of things that Wazoo wanted to do in Winona during the summer. And wow, did we get around. I mean, we had fun. And I will say, you know, it's interesting to climb Sugarloaf in a suit, but I'd rather climb it in this suit than that suit.
Oh, yeah.
So he had it a little harder than I did, I think.
Was that the most difficult part of the video, the Sugarloaf part, or?
That was the most fun part. I don't know about no, I don't think of it as difficult. That was really, really fun. We shot the Mascots of Winona picnic.
Right.
At the kind of the heat of the day, and there was a lot more shooting than, of course, it gets edited down than what you saw in that video. So it was pretty warm out there at that point, and all those mascots, you know, that's not cool and comfortable. Let's say in 90-degree heat.
Wazoo has it handled. I think he's all right with it.
He's a little more air conditioned than the other mascots, though. So I think he maybe had a little better than the other ones.
All right, we want to give credit where credit was due. Whose idea were these videos?
Well. This particular video, Molly Sheehan kind of had the idea and the architecture of it, and Tom Greer did the videography for it. Okay. We're just the props, you know. We just show up, stand where they tell you, say your lines. That's the easy part. But it was very creative and a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. What was your reaction to it when the idea was pitched to you? What did you think of it?
So I thought it was a great idea. This video you're talking about, and I think you're showing, is actually a sequel to one we did last winter. And last winter, last winter was one where it was sort of my list of what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And this time around was Wazoo's Revenge, where Wazoo gets to say what he wants to do.
Ah, very good. All
so
right.
I'm not sure what will happen in the third one in the trilogy.
Okay. What's been the reaction to it? I know that it's been
well, this
on Facebook.
particular one, earlier this week, this particular video had 60,000 views. And you know, we have 8,000 students, so and that's 60,000 different people viewing. So I'm guessing a lot of alums and maybe community members are watching it, and if it makes them smile, makes them laugh, and makes them realize what a beautiful community this is that we live in here, then I'm happy.
Maybe it's another award-winning thing for you. I got to ask
I don't know about that.
Well, I have to ask you. You're a university president with an Emmy.
Oh,
you won an Emmy for a digital learning video. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So it was one of the first documentaries that was shot in HD TV for public television.
Okay.
And we had gotten a large grant from the Lilly Endowment, and this was about how very small kids can learn very complex ideas in math and science. And it won one of the regional Emmy Awards for Best Documentary.
I imagine that had to be a surprise to be nominated for an Emmy.
It was really very interesting and kind of fun to go to the ceremony, and certainly fun to win, but a lot of other very creative people. My role was executive producer, so that means you kind of find the money and encourage the idea, and then other very creative people write it and direct it and do the really hard work.
Sure.
And then you get to show up and have them hand you a statue.
Did you get a statue then?
Oh, yeah.
Where do you have it?
It's sitting on our piano in our home.
Very nice, very nice. I want to ask you, since we're talking about football, place of athletics at Winona State, universities in general, but specifically here at Winona State. What do you feel the place of athletics is?
So, at a Division II school like Winona State University, somebody like me who's really from an academic background can feel so great about athletics, because at a school like this, our students go to class, they persist, they graduate, they go on and have successful careers. Our student athletes as a group have a higher GPA than the general student population here. So they're winners in the classroom, and they're winners, you know, on the field, on the court, on the diamond. So this is a program I can feel very, very good about, and it's helping them advance the name of Winona State University, but it's also helping them, I think, be better students and learn the values of teamwork, cooperation, hard work, so when they graduate, they can go on and achieve their dreams. So I love it.
Excellent. Dr. Olson, thank you for joining us here
Thank
today.
you. My pleasure.
All right, and that's going to do it for Warriors Game Day here on HBC TV 25. We are going to take a break, and when we return, Bob Ernest and I will get ready for the game. The 2-0 Winona State Warriors take on the 1-1 Moorhead Dragons. That's coming up right here on HBC TV 25.